Okay, in the Beartooth Mountains today, going up the main Boulder Creek. This is a spot that Amy and I tried to go up at the end of last year, but there wasn't enough snow. And there's still not enough snow. So assuming that I can get up there, I'm gonna be going up to the town of Independence. It's an old mining camp. I've never been up there, but I've been wanting to get up there for years. And then the snow should be deep up there, and there should be lots of terrain options to choose from. Avalanche danger is not good. I'll definitely be making conservative decisions, choosing lower angle slopes, just getting out there and hopefully getting up into the mountains. That's all I'm asking for on this trip. Well, it's looking promising so far. There is just enough snow on the road, and there's a little bit of ice, so I'm not riding on the gravel. And as I get higher, it should only get better. Well, this is kind of a problem. The bridge is out. Everything was just starting to go so smoothly. I'm up in higher elevation, there's plenty of snow up here. But now the bridge is out across the river. I'm not sure if there's a way across this. Okay, here we go. Found a path across the river that's completely covered. I just have to kind of jump over a downed tree right here, but that doesn't look too hard. This trail is starting to get kind of difficult. It's getting narrow in here. A lot of kind of off-kilter stuff going on. Keep tipping over. I'm like half a mile from the basin that I'm trying to get up into. I just got stuck like 4 times trying to go through this side hilling area. Side hilling is really hard on a snowmobile. At least for me, I'm not that good yet. So I think what I'm gonna do is find a place to set up camp here. I have to get the sled unstuck again, and then I'll just put the skins on and tour up to the basin. Hopefully find some kind of shallow slope I can ride up there. I know the scenery is just going to be awesome up there, and it's going to be such a bummer to have to not camp there. But it's not bad here either. Can't complain about this. Starting to see some of the old ruins of the mines. This is such rugged terrain. Can't even imagine how hard that work was trying to mine up here. Man, touring is so much more peaceful than snowmobiling. So much slower, so much quieter. I get to take in the scenery so much more, but it is like 10 times as much effort. And I wouldn't be up here if it weren't for the sled. I'm like 16 miles into this trip already. That is way too far to be touring in, especially with camping gear. Well, this is gonna be a dark snowboard run. That's okay though, I'll be going down on pretty safe terrain. But man, is it cool to be up here at this time. All right, nighttime run. Let's go to camp. Man, the snow is incredible. This isn't a very good campsite. I didn't find flat ground, and I'm too tired to set up the tent or to make the fire. And I've been looking and there's really no dead wood around here. This is a healthy forest. So no firewood either. At least nothing that's easy to get. So I'm setting up a cowboy camp. Not the first time I've done this in the winter, but maybe the second or third time. So I'm just gonna get in my sleeping bag and cook some dinner and go to bed. I am tired. It's 0 degrees out. I thought it was getting cold. I thought maybe it's getting into the teens, maybe even single digits. No, it's 0 degrees. I'm keeping it on the burner so it stays warm as I eat it. Fun thing about cowboy camping is that in the middle of the night I can just open up my little breathing hole just a little bit and see the stars. Took a while to warm up. Probably an hour and a half. But after a while I got nice and toasty in here. Right now I'm just melting some snow. So I have some drinking water. And I'm gonna head back up to the basin. This is always the worst part of winter camping. The transition from the sleeping bag into my boots. Frozen. Ouch. Yeah. Even my sleeping pad is frozen shut. Made it up to the basin. That was a lot easier than last night because I wasn't breaking trail the whole way. Also, a group of sledders came through and they laid down a whole bunch of tracks, which kind of ruins the aesthetics of the nice pristine snow, but it also creates some nice easy tracks for me to walk in. So that's not a bad thing. I think I found the slope I'm gonna ride. And the slope angle, it looks like it's under 30 degrees. So it should be safe, which is good because this slope is probably very wind loaded. Those cornices right there are good evidence of that. Those things are huge. I don't know if I've ever seen shelves that big before. So that means that all the snow on the other side of the mountain gets blown over and lands on this side of the mountain. So that means that this whole slope is pretty wind loaded. But if I stay kind of on the far side, I don't get into this area over here, then it's not too steep. That's like 24 degrees. I am just below the ridge that I'm going to drop in on. Route that I took up is a different type of snow, a different type of slope that I'm going to be riding down. So it wasn't until I got right below the ridge until I could do a pit test. Okay, Good result. No shifting, cracking, propagating, or anything on that test. I've been seeing these tracks the whole time I've been here. Looks like this goat traversed this ridge, went all the way down to the valley that I camped in, and then he climbed up that mountain over there. They are such impressive creatures. That is a crazy thing to do. It's a crazy place to live. And they just walk around up here like it's nothing. And it's looking pretty dark that way. It's a good thing it's all downhill from here for me. What an incredible place though. Perfect snow. Part of the journey is done. Now for the next part of the journey. Let's hope I don't get stuck as much on the way down. I am exhausted and I don't have a lot of energy to be digging a sled out. Well, the adventure wasn't over just yet. The road melted out a lot since yesterday morning. So the last like 4 or 5 miles of road to the car were in really bad shape. The sled started overheating. Eventually I decided I needed to park the sled and walk to the car. So for the last like mile and a half, I just walked to the car in my snowboard boots, drove it back up here, and now it's time to load up the sled. I probably shouldn't say this, but I think the adventure is over at that point. The roads are kind of icy on the way out of here, so there's still potential for some excitement.